What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our review for Daredevil Episode 4. Of course, I'm joined once again with the lads themselves, the Gronk boys, and we're going to be talking about this. We did survive. There is going to be no Mike tonight because he just couldn't handle it, bro. He just couldn't handle it. He ran off into the woods screaming, naked. That's the last time we're probably ever going to see him.
And that was before he watched the episode.
We're still, yeah, we're gonna tie him down and make him watch it. Putting this show on is the best way to get a motherfucker to sleep. I'm not even kidding.
I'm not even joking. It's so funny you mentioned that. When I saw the group chat and Josiah said that he was still 20 minutes left, I had a 15-minute nap. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago.
Wow. Joking. Yeah. Dude, I had to take several breaks watching this episode to do something else because I was like bored out of my mind, bro.
I just had to like pause it and get up and go for a little walk because my leg. I was like, oh fuck, I'm dazing off, bro. Let's do the fucking driving.
It's like my brain needs a little bit more stimulation than the slog that I'm getting from this show. Holy crap.
Bro, what is going on?
So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Mazza, what is your summary for this episode?
Marriage fucking sucks. We've got that many fucking marriage and cancel sessions at this stage. It's just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just take the hint from Daredevil. That fucking marriage just sucks. I'm not getting married. That's the message for the show. It's just marriage fucking sucks. There's nothing else to take away from this episode.
If Fisk can't do it, nobody can.
Bro, it's just, like, it's actually so sad. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. They gave no fucks about White Tiger. Dude, they gave a fuck about the cop that died at the train. He got more of a send-off than him. Because right at the start, they're at the morgue. The guy's telling him about the bullet and how there was just no survival. It was like impact bullet and whatnot. And he's just dead, right? No funeral for him. His niece runs in.
Yeah.
By herself. How did that bitch get there? I want to hold up. How a little kid just run into a morgue by herself, and then Dad, like Matt, because he's not in his Daredevil costume, but he has to stop her and be like, "Yeah, you don't want to see him like that. Just keep the memory." It's like, motherfucker, who are you to tell her that? Where's her mother? Where's her dad, bro? Like, why is this little girl by herself at a morgue? It's just weird. It's like trying to show him that he has heart and doesn't want that, but that's just weird for him to tell her that, right? Because it's not her parents, right? They tried to do this like little thing, but it ended up just not working and being weird. Yeah, and it was just to show like how little White Tiger actually meant to this show, because they do nothing for him.
They moved on so fast, bro.
Well, next scene.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. Yeah, like the first 10 minutes of the show, of this episode, like nothing really happens, to be honest. There's
2 seconds. So 2 seconds after the morgue, you see like the villain, this new villain guy, just carrying someone in this train section. That's it. Then the shitty fucking new music intro, the worst fucking intro of all time, and that's it.
And then we see a bunch of young people clubbing and stuff and all that random shit. So, and
that's Tony Soprano's kid. So seeing him in a nightclub's interesting.
Well, seeing him try to pick up a bitch because recycling is cool was whack as fuck.
Waste management. It's the family business. Waste management is the family business.
Like, what the fuck was that? Dude's yapping to a chick in a nightclub where they're drunk and shit and being like, yeah,
just telling her everything, bro. She's like, "Tell me more. Tell me more."
Yeah, the literal person that does this BB News thing, he knows about it too, and he's just like, "Yeah, bro." He might as well just tell her like where the bodies are. Like, what the fuck is going on?
The new villain that we saw at the beginning is Muse, right? That's what he's called.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know anything about Muse, but the design, I thought that is, at least from what I saw, I don't know exactly what it looks like from the comic book, but I thought he looked kind of cool. like his design. I thought it looked pretty good,
It
actually.
looked fine. It looked fine. I think I've said this a few times, but I've never actually watched a Disney Plus show, like none of the Star Wars ones, none of the Marvel ones. No, I saw a few episodes of WandaVision. But one thing I constantly heard from other people was all these shows have a thing in common where nothing will happen until like the last like 3 to 2 episodes, and then it all happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in full believement of that because nothing happened in this except you get Frank, you get a Punisher scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, and Wilson Fisk keeps that dude in the cage because he fucked his girl.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the one thing I was like, finally.
Yeah.
Because okay, so literally, after we see the nightclub scene, it's literally okay. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. It goes to Daredevil on top, being like, oh damn, like it looks like he's fighting with himself a little bit, and he's like, oh, trying to fight that urge to be Daredevil, right? Like this weird thing they've been doing all season.
I know, it's
I'm
annoying.
not Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then he's on the phone yapping, and then we get our favorite thing. Another marriage counseling. My favorite thing about this show, we need one every. Dude, that better be double next season. That's all I want. That's all I fucking want.
They just need to make a marriage counseling show at this point with
Daredevil.
yeah.
That's what I want. Everyone to get married in the show so they can have fucking problems.
And I will say that at first, like the marriage counseling scene, I was like, oh my gosh, not more of this crap. I'm tired of this nonsense. And then towards the end of the marriage counseling scene, we start to find out that Fisk may or may not have done something with Adam, the dude that was plowing Vanessa, and that I was like, ooh, okay. Is this going to actually go somewhere? Is this going to be something interesting? Is Fisk actually not just a bitch?
Yes. Because they're talking and they're like, oh, tell us about Adam, which was so weird, by the way, because he's just sitting there and she's all like, oh, it was his hands. And then you just see,
oh my gosh, bro, I hated that part.
It's so weird, bro. And you see Wilson just getting real fucking uncomfortable and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Is this normal? Is this what they actually do? Like, bro,
Vanessa has no respect for Fisk in this show.
None.
That is one of my biggest gripes with the show so far, I think.
If he kills her off, I will consider it redeemed.
Yeah.
If he is the one to actually kill her himself.
Yeah.
Oh, did you notice he said the line this episode? When I was a boy.
When I was a boy. Yeah. That was actually fucking good. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then right after the marriage counseling, we get more BB news. That's what we need as well. Marriage counseling and the BB news, baby. Yeah. That keeps me up, bro. That typing me up.
Favorite scenes, bro. The BB news.
BB news.
This city needs more vigilantes. It's like,
yeah. Why do these scenes never matter? Like,
they never matter.
They never matter. They never go anywhere or do anything. They're just like, oh, this is what the city thinks, and then we show some cool spray painting on the wall. It's like, okay, these would be cool if it actually meant something, because it barely even showed that the city cared about White Tiger, because they showed one thing of White Tiger, but other than that, it's like, oh yeah, the city's just like, who died? What? Like what? Because I know people were saying, oh, he dies in the comics, but in the comics, they because it wasn't it was actually just random not vigilantes, just random thugs who kill him, and they chuck his body out Peter Parker and say, there's more coming, right? It meant a lot more. Whereas this, it didn't. It feels like his death only affected Daredevil, really, and his niece. Like, yeah. I mean, dude,
yeah,
the
really.
niece's parents didn't even show up to the morgue. That's how little they care.
Are you seriously telling me you forgot the single greatest scene?
What was that? Oh, bro. Okay, you know what? That was actually... I giggled a little bit at that. So, but... yeah, so they're trying to show...
Oh my gosh, bro, yeah.
They're trying to show Wilson Fisk being the mayor, doing mayor duties. And they show him go to a school and the school kids are singing to him, and he's just sitting in front of them. By the way, that never ever happened. We when at school, if someone important came or something, we never had to like sing in front of them. I don't know if it, like for you, like what the fuck was that about?
I've never seen that shit before.
Like, tell us in the comments if you had to sing in front of your mayor or some shit, bro. I never fucking experienced that. I'm glad I never did, because bro, he was trying to. He looked angry too. Like as a kid, if I was a kid, I just see this bald motherfucker just because he just kept going like that. Like they looked uncomfortable. I'd be like, fat ass, you better be listening. Like I would have been like the kids, bro. They would have roasted him.
Yeah,
especially in New York. Like
right,
come on.
right.
And then you had to go into some Latino culture center or whatever the fuck it was, and listen to them sing the same song in Spanish.
Okay, that part did make me laugh when he went to the other room and then there was like more people singing at him and stuff. And bro, that did make me laugh a little bit. But it is funny because remember when like everyone was like saying that like we were told that this scene with the kids singing was like hilarious. It was just a great scene. So funny seeing like Fisk be like put in this funny situation where he had to like listen to these kids sing and stuff. And I don't know, like it didn't do anything for me. Like it was annoying. It was annoying because they barely showed Fisk's reactions to the song at all. Literally almost like zero time, maybe like a couple seconds, because you had like these other idiots that they were like focusing on that were like talking instead and stuff. And so
that's when they find out that in the earlier scene, right? That's when they find out he blabbered about the recycling thing, right? And it turns out the chick, that's a news chick, tweeted like did a blog about it. Really shocker, right? So then it's like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do? And it really fucks up Fisk's plan and stuff like this. But we jumped a little bit ahead. We missed one of the cooler bits. We got to see a man rob a store. I hated this so much.
Dude, I hated this entire section of the show or of this episode so much, bro. They spent like literally like a third, maybe at least, of this episode with Daredevil, with Matt Murdock trying to help this guy get probation.
And Matt,
like a random dude. And bro, this guy that was trying to help get probation, I hated this guy right off the bat, bro. Like he was annoying as fuck, bro, right off the bat. I didn't give a shit about this guy. Why am I supposed to care that Matt Murdock's trying to help this guy get probation, bro? Like, why did they spend all this time on this guy in this episode? Oh, my goodness.
They tried to make you feel bad for him because the cops arrested him and sat him on the sidewalk and then started eating the things that he stole, right?
Yeah.
And so they tried to make you hate the cops, and you're like...
Right, I know. It's like, bro, it was his dumbass fault for getting in the situation. He was the one that stole in the first place, bro.
Like, don't get fucking caught if you don't want the fucking time, right? Like, okay, fine, you're stealing. They didn't even try to do a story where it was like stealing for kids or stealing for family. The story was he just wanted to steal so he could have a dessert. Yeah, and they would, but they were still trying to make you feel bad for him. I know. No, they're like, oh, could you please try and get my time down or probation and stuff like that. It turns out he hasn't gotten probation since the 11 other crimes that he fucking did before that. What the fuck is going on? And so he's just been a douche to Matt the whole time, and you're just like,
yeah, I know. I hated this guy. I wanted him to be in for life, bro. I don't care if it was a petty crime. I wanted him for life. I wanted him to get the electric chair, bro. That's what I wanted to see happen after all that nonsense.
What was it? Fucking.
It was like caramel corn or something. Yeah, it was like.
That dog shit anyway. Get him out for that. Take him. What the fuck?
Yeah, Matt Murdock literally gave him like a miraculous deal, and the dude was still crying about it. And then he like goes on this whole like victim bullshit nonsense, and I'm just like, bro, I don't care. I hate
Matt
you.
Agreed with him too. They made him Matt a bitch. They're like, oh, you know what? I feel sorry for you, dog. Like,
I know. It was so dumb, so annoying.
That would have been the like if I was struggling with being Daredevil, that dude complaining would have snapped me back right there.
I would have bashed him in the prison.
You know what?
Actually, the first person I kill, bro.
It would have made me go, you know what? Maybe Frank is right.
Yeah, Wilson. You know, no, Wilson's right. Get him,
Yeah.
get him.
Honestly, the Punisher scene at the very first interaction, I hated it. I'm like, what is the Punisher just too stupid that he's grabbed Matt by the
right.
throat and doesn't even recognize him?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But as they started to talk more and more, it got better and better. I actually thought
It
that was
did.
a pretty good scene when it was all said and done.
I agree.
It's kind of
It just-
pushing him back into be Daredevil. But from the start, when he grabbed him, he's like, "Argh!" He's like, hey, it's me. I'm like, the Punisher's not a retard. He's staring right at him. I
Mm-hmm.
could understand him jumping out and grabbing him. He should jump out, grab him, have the axe, and be like, what are you doing here? Instead, it has to be this whole calm down scene and stuff like that. But I think that's just Netflix Punisher in general. He's a lot less, I don't know, tactical for a better word, and more of just a rage machine and a damage sponge seems to be his main thing here.
Mm-hmm.
But once they all got talking and, they started talking about Foggy and all that type of stuff, and Frank's talking about his trauma and how, he's never let it go. That, I really like that part, how he's just never let it go, and he never will let it go.
Talking to him, telling him to do it,
that
right?
type of shit's cool. All that. When it was all said and done and Daredevil left the room, that was good.
It was a good scene.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a really good scene. And I think a lot of it is John Bernthal. John Bernthal's just so fucking good as this character, bro. He is so good. He is so raw as this character, and it's fantastic. And I think that he, his performance is just so good. It doesn't matter how, dumb the writing kind of still was in some ways, he's just so good as this character. He just carried this entire scene. It was fantastic.
Like with Charlie Cox.
He did.
I think Charlie Cox does the same as well. There's a lot of scenes where Matt will do that smirky where he's kind of looking down like a blind man and does that little smirk. Yeah, that's fucking cool. It's just his actions in this show seem to be
on point. It's just the writing that they give. Because I gotta be honest, how he got there was kind of stupid though. He's just out at night because they meet a cop because before he tries to find Punisher, he meets the cop in the court and stuff because when he's talking to the guy, they bump into each other and the cop that he beat up on episode 2, they meet up. Dude, that cop knows he's Daredevil. I feel like his home is everything should be shut up. You know what I mean? If they're the Punisher, right? Because they worship the Punisher right now, the tattoos and stuff like that. You think he wouldn't be allowed to go out at night because he's doing the detective work at night, not in his costume, by the way, just a blind man walking and stuff. And I hated that. And then he drops a bottle to find where the bullet would have fell and stuff.
Yeah.
And it turns out, it's a Punisher bullet. It's got a little Punisher symbol in it. And then he's like, okay, I'll go find him. And he didn't for 1 second believe it was Punisher who did it. He always knew it was a random cop. He even said that, right? He tried to push it. And I'm like, okay. And I think he actually found the Punisher a little too easy. To me, it was but with the original series, when they first found him, it took a little bit of actual investigation, people being beat up, him listening for a cop radio, and that's what gave it away, the cop radio, right? And stuff like that. Whereas to me,
and he had a guard dog.
Yeah.
This one, anyone can just walk in. The door's open.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's you just got to take an elevator down to him, bro.
He actually took an elevator to the Punisher. Everyone knows it, bro. It's just on the wall. Go to Punisher. What are these cops doing, bro? Just go to them.
That part was kind of corny. I was like, what?
What is going?
But the scene between them was really good. A lot of good stuff. Yeah.
And
it's the first time in the show yet that there's genuine emotion in a scene, which was kind of nice. So yeah. Hopefully that's not the only bit that we're getting with Punisher in this show.
I don't think so. I really think that they're using this to set up his own spin-off show. I think what's going to go from here is Punisher's going to start to do his own investigation into this type of stuff. He's only acting like he doesn't care because Daredevil's there. But he's going to be like, all right, I can't have crooked cops running around with my logo doing this type of stuff because it's so blatantly against what he stands for, which again comes back to the point I've fucking broken record here. He's not a cop in this universe.
Right.
So I'm still confused as to why cops give a shit.
Yeah. He basically just like wrote it off as like them just being fanboys in this episode.
He did.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my fanboys. He's like,
yeah.
So he's fucking known about them. Like, what the fuck?
It's like, but why is he like their hero or whatever? Like, it doesn't make much sense.
I don't get why a
you know?
cop would look up to him in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
If they went with like old school Punisher where he was a cop, yeah, fucking know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
he's not a cop.
Right.
But he shoots.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all, really. Actually, when you think about it. So, yeah. But yeah. And then yeah, after that, like the episode basically just wraps with like Matt basically like with a conversation with Punisher. Punisher's like, bringing up Foggy's death, which kind of causes Matt to react to and hit him, and then Matt's like apologizing. He's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that and stuff. And then Frank actually had a really good line after that where he said like, that's the realest thing that you've done yet or something like that, which
that's the only time you've been honest this whole conversation.
Yeah, which was a really good line. And then we see like Frank draw out some of the like fucked up stuff that Matt's been feeling and dealing with for the past year about after Foggy died, which is kind of like the first time we've really seen that in this show yet at this
They tried
point.
to do it last episode, but it was so cringe because it was with his like girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, I was wondering when you're going to talk about it," and then they didn't really even go into it, right? So
let's pop a bottle, yeah.
Bottle. Yeah, like what the fuck? And you could actually feel the emotion, and then it does this weird thing where it's cutting between two things. This is actually my favorite scene of the episode, where it's showing Wilson walking up to stairs, and Matt is also walking up to his top. Right, he sneaks out of bed, and then he goes to his armory, I suppose. Like they have all the different suits. They even had the Walk of Shame suit. That was nice callback. To Walk of Shame. Nice. And then he grabs out his I don't even know, like metal stick, fucking, I don't even know what to call them.
The baton type thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's kind of like training, getting ready for it. You can see he wants to be Daredevil again. It's the emotion, but when that's happening, it's kind of cutting between him and Fisk. Yeah, and Fisk, bro, what a fucking crazy meal, by the way. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro has the most craziest meals in the show, man. I don't even know what the fuck to call that meal. It had like biscotti, fucking, I don't know what. It was just a
giant sausages, and I was like, bro, I want that. I want it, bro.
Yeah. And then it cuts to
dude,
Adam being in a cage, and he's eating while Adam's just screaming, please let me out. And then he goes, that's Mayor Wilson to you. Like, it was actually, that was the best scene. It was finally Wilson Fisk being Wilson Fisk, and also seeing Daredevil kind of be coming back, right? They're done. I don't know if they're done, but it felt like they were done being cocks and fucking not being themselves, for that bit. I don't know. Hopefully in episode 5, 6, and whatnot, they can stop being fucking bitches, but fuck knows.
I have a feeling that the next episode we're gonna kind of like revert a little bit back into more like cringe shit again with the characters. I don't know, that's the feeling I have, because they're probably trying to save like them being Daredevil and they're trying to save the cool shit for like the end of the season and stuff. So I have a feeling that we're gonna kind of go back to some more dumb stuff next episode.
What was the last episode to have a fight scene?
Episode 2.
It was episode 2. Yeah.
Episode 2.
In a TV show about comic books.
Yeah.
We get marriage counseling and fucking BB News. That's what I fucking want. When I watch Daredevil Born Again, I want to watch fucking marriage counseling.
You know what? After we're done recording, I think I'm going to go watch some BB News on repeat.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if that's a thing. Can I just look up BB News?
BB News. It's just all the scenes so far from the episodes of BB News mashed together. That's what I want. That shit on repeat.
Yeah. That would be a
Nice.
good like viral marketing thing for them to do, but I've never seen anything from BB News.
I don't
so
think it's
if it
done
is-
yet. All right, we might be onto something here. We can do it. Daredevil BB News on repeat.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do agree. I do love the last scene in this. It was just nice to see Wilson Fisk not being a complete bitch, and like there's still that like Wilson Fisk that we want to see like inside of him, you know. So
I was actually a bit sad that the guy wasn't like beat up, and you could tell he had been there for a long time. He's got
Yeah.
fucking long hair,
Mhm.
long beard. You could tell Adam's been locked up for a little while, right? Which is kind of
Mhm.
weird because he only just come back. Like it's so
Yeah.
time is so strange in this.
it is
to me.
it is strange. Yeah.
Because I don't
Yeah.
know how like it feels like he's been mayor for a long time now, but then they say, oh, you've just become mayor, and
Yeah.
so
I know. Yeah.
they're telling it so strange. I don't get it.
Mhm.
But the so then it kind of cuts to the villain. It seems like they're cutting to a villain. He picks the guy up from the beginning. They show a guy at the train station what he was doing, and he's you see one of those water container things that you see usually at like doctor surgeries and stuff for people to get like a cup of water, and that's filled with fucking blood. And I was like, oh god, hold up, what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on? And so he's like taking blood from this like stranger, and that was even cool for me,
Mhm.
right? They're
Mhm.
setting up a villain, and so that also makes me think Lethal actually might be right. Punisher might get the cop bit, and Daredevil gets him,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
and now I'm even starting to think maybe Wilson helps Daredevil defeat him a little. Because if he's going crazy like that, that's going to fuck up Wilson's plans and shit for the city. Because there's a bit on the city where like mob shootings kind of fucked over this port that he's trying to build as well,
Mhm.
right? And
Yep.
so imagine what this guy would do to fucking fuck up shit if he's taking people, draining their blood, right?
Right.
So maybe there's like a little bit of that, but fuck knows. Or maybe Wilson hires him or something to kill Daredevil.
Right.
Because I don't think we're getting Bullseye. Or is it? Sorry, am I messing up the name? This season, I think episode 1 was it for him.
Mm.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
Bullseye,
think.
yeah, he's done. I don't think they're bringing him back.
Yeah, I think he was just episode 1 because they mentioned him this episode. Actually, they're like, oh,
Yeah, he got live.
Yeah.
well, how about Funky? Did he get live?
Yeah,
That was-
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
that was
good.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
Fuck, that was good.
Yeah, so overall there's a lot in this episode that I hate, and it's a boring as fuck episode, and there's a lot of shit that's just annoying. But the ending of it makes me a little hopeful that maybe it'll start to pick up from here. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I didn't end this episode just like absolutely hating the entire thing like I did last week. So yeah.
This is definitely the most hyped at the end of an episode I've been. Even
Mhm.
more than episode 2. Like, I'm like, oh, finally, maybe we can actually get somewhere now.
Mhm.
Whereas the other episodes, except for maybe episode 2, right?
Yeah.
I was just really, fuck.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
so bored. I was
I
like,
gotta disagree, man. I'm just expecting nothing until right at the end.
Yeah.
There's gonna be little drip
Right.
teasers.
Right.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. That's probably what is going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah.
And will those payoffs even be worth it? Now I'm
Mhm.
like getting scared. I'm like, oh shit, is it just really gonna be all boring and maybe a little bit? Because the thing about
What-
the original Daredevil is they had fucking mad scenes, and when they did talk, it fucking mattered. It was even better than when he was talking to Frank. Like the rooftop scene when Frank originally captures him, like because he's losing his hearing and stuff, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That was better than what we had with that. You know what I mean? Even the really good parts in the show aren't living up to Daredevil, the
not at
original
all.
series. It's like, oh, there's like good moments, but when you actually compare it, it's like then they just turn okay moments. And it's
Mhm.
just like
Yeah.
shit.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. No, I totally agree. There's still nothing that's like hit that level, and I don't think there is, just because I don't think these writers are competent enough to do that. But if the show ends with it not being total trash, then I guess that's a little bit better than, you know, a lot of the shit that we've gotten so far. So I will say this because I thought this was interesting. I think that there were multiple cells down there too, right? Where Fisk had him. I wonder if I think it would be kind of cool if they do this thing, which I don't know if they're going to do this or not, but Vanessa finds out that that Adam is down there, and then Wilson like has no choice but to like throw her into one of the other cells down there.
Oh, that'd be dope. I just want to see him turn on her.
Yeah, dude.
I do as
that'd
well.
be sick. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it sounds fucked up, but she's such a bitch.
At this point, I don't like her, and she doesn't really serve a purpose for him either, to be completely honest. Like in the original like show, she was like kind of like his rock in a lot of ways, and in this show, she's not that at all. She just like berates him the entire time. She like basically calls him an idiot multiple times, and so it's like, okay, then what is really the point of having her around here? You know, so.
Literally, like, I feel like the twist for her is that she's gonna be the one that was starting the mafia fights, and that's that's another thing. I'm like, okay, because if she was the head, why wouldn't she just click or tell them fucking stop it or whatever the fuck? Shouldn't it be like she's already been doing it, right? And so it's just like, I do it somewhere else, do whatever you fuck. So, you know what I mean? Because if they're still doing it, that means they can still get in trouble for it, right? Because it would still lead back to her. So it's like, what?
Yeah, I'm sticking with my theory that she's doing it so that way she can use it to push Wilson to go, they're not scared of you, they're scared of the Kingpin. We need Kingpin back.
Yeah. Even
and then hopefully he comes back and he goes, oh, and by the way, you're out too, bitch.
Imagine he just fucking chokes her. Because, and also, actually, one little small detail I actually like. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. I could be actually wrong. But when he turns on the light, I'm pretty sure in that room was the painting that he used to stare at.
Yep, it was.
The white one. Yeah, yep. I'm like, oh, that was when I was like, yes, he's actually coming back. Holy fuck, please, come on, boys. Don't fucking drop this.
I know.
You have a fucking big opportunity for him to have a skits out moment. Imagine if he chokes out Vanessa and then just goes and fucks the city up. Like,
dude, I think that would be like the biggest bang to have him like come back doing something like that. Like that would be incredible. That would be incredible. That'd be like, okay, yeah, he is total. If he chokes out Vanessa, then you know that we're dealing with like crazy Wilson Fisk. That's like on a whole new level. So that'd be insane. So yeah,
I just don't see me liking like season 2 or 3 if it's Bullseye and Wilson Fisk again. I feel like because of the foggy death, it has to just be Bullseye as a main villain. So soon we're gonna have to wrap up Wilson, because as much as I love Wilson, like, right, we've had him season 1 and then 3, right?
Bullseye,
even
you reckon?
You have to, right? He can't just get life and that be it. You can't. Like, he even tried to kill him, right? Like, there has to be some sort of something. And then they have a much better fight than whatever the fuck that they did in episode 1. You have to make it better than that. Yeah. And, because, man, most of the marketing for this show is just who's coming in. It's not about Daredevil. It's so annoying. I hate it. I know they've done that with Star Wars shows, and it's so like, ew. Stop. I don't care. Like,
I know, right?
If you bring someone in, like, make it mean something. And because I would love to see Spider-Man and Daredevil for like a 3-episode part, or like I've said that before, but that, like, them fighting crime together, city level, would be sick shit. Like, come on, they need to start using these, new like outside characters better. Like, there's something so shit. Like, White Tiger could have been sick for a couple episodes where he's back and or something, was Daredevil fighting crime. But now it's just like, nah, you get one scene of his niece crying, sort of. Oh, that was his whole death.
What would you give the episode out of 10 then?
Me, this one was actually because of the ending and the Frank scene, a bit better than 1, 2, and 3. So I give this one a 5. Like, it was because of those scenes, I was a little bit more hyped, and like I got to actually see Daredevil. I felt like in those scenes, like with episode 2, I only got to see him for a little bit, whereas I feel like I got to see Daredevil way more in this episode than previous episodes. Like
Yeah.
Frank,
Mhm.
I felt like we seen Daredevil with him talking to Frank. He even
Mhm.
called him Red, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
good.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. The only thing that really keeps this episode from being lower is the Punisher scene, I think, and then seeing Fisk at the end. If it wasn't for that, then this episode would probably be like a 4 or a 3 out of 10, to be honest, because this episode was miserable to get through. So
Yeah, I'll go 5.5. I consider it a dud, but I really did like that scene.
yeah.
That's the thing. It's like that scene was really good, and it's like if a whole episode could be like that, it would be fantastic. But it's like I just don't think these writers can fucking do that, which is sad.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Do you think that it's ever gonna get any higher for you in this season, or do you think it's going
Last
to still...
episode, they'll pull some shit on the last episode, some big Luke Skywalker in a hallway moment.
Right.
Fuck, they'll actually give him his hallway scene. He kind of started the hallway scene trend, didn't he?
He did.
That's true.
He did.
Yeah.
There you go.
No. See, I'm worried about the last episode because I think like their level of fighting is like episode 1. So I'm really worried that they think they have something really cool here.
Yeah,
And it's just like episode 1 fighting, and I'm gonna be really pissed.
Dude,
I'm worried I'm gonna give it like a 2 or 1 because they think they're cooking, bro, and it's like the worst shot scene ever.
Yeah.
I'm really worried.
Bro, if they try to pull that type of nonsense where they like try to like really cook in the last episode and stuff, and they kind of like try to hype us up for season 2 with like, you know, trying to dangle a carrot in front of us, I'm gonna rate that episode low, bro. I don't care. Like if they try to pull that nonsense, I'm like, nah. I'm not gonna fall for the hype. All right.
I swear to fuck, if the last scene is Karen Page coming back, being like, Daredevil, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I swear to fuck, if they tease Karen for the next season, bro, I'm gonna be like, fuck this bitch.
Yeah. What if they tease Foggy at the end of the season?
God fucking damn it. That's something they would do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He's back, and that's why he's
they have Foggy just like roll up on Daredevil and stuff, and he's like, Foggy?
Fucking damn it.
Waste of a season.
That'd be crazy, dude.
I will lose it, bro. It's Foggy that stops Wilson. Stops him.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, anyway, so with that being said, that is going to be our review for episode 4 for Daredevil. Let us know in the comments below if you've seen the episode, what you think about it. We definitely want to hear your thoughts on it. And we will be back for the episode next week. Until then, keep being awesome. Make sure that you go check out Gronk and Gaming over on their YouTube channel. It'll be in the description, so make sure you go check that out. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you in the next video.